और जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, दिस इज़ अहमर जलील लाइव के एक और एपिसोड के साथ आप तमाम लोग की खिदमत में हाजिर हैं। उम्मीद करता हूँ आप लोग बिल्कुल ठीक-ठाक होंगे, खैरियत से होंगे। स्पेशली कराची वाले आज बहुत खुश होंगे क्योंकि आज एक और स्पेल मानसून बारिशों का जो है हम एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं। बहुत ही अच्छा मौसम है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा बारिश हुई है, लेकिन साथ-साथ शहर के हालात थोड़े से तो नहीं काफ़ी पेचीदा हैं क्योंकि जगह-जगह जब हमेशा बारिश होती है जो मामलात होते हैं वैसा ही है सिलसिला। आई होप एंड प्रे कि हमारा जो ये शहर है गाइड सिटी वो अपनी जो एक असल पहचान है उसकी तरफ दोबारा लौट जाए और जितने भी मामलात हैं उसके सही हो जाएँ। जनाब आज जो है वो हमारा जो हमारी टॉपिक है वो है स्टडीज़ एंड बिज़नेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ इन चाइना एंड द कल्चर ऑफ चाइना। आज इसके ऊपर हम बात करेंगे, हमारे साथ एक्सपर्ट मौजूद हैं। उनके मुतालिक थोड़ा-सा मैं इंट्रोडक्शन दे दूँ। थोड़ा-सा उनके बारे मुतालिक इंट्रोडक्शन हम ये देते हैं, बाकी चीज़ें उनसे हम पूछेंगे, जानेंगे ऑफ कोर्स। आप जो हैं वो चाइना से एसोसिएटेड हैं, आप वहाँ पर चाइनीज़ लैंग्वेज के मुतालिक पढ़ भी रहे हैं, वहाँ पे आपने टीचिंग भी की है और आइल्स की एजुकेशन के हवाले से भी आप मुंसलिक रहे हैं पाकिस्तान में और इसके अलावा यूनिवर्सिटी की कंसल्टेशन भी करते हैं चाइना की यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के हवाले से। और देखते हैं यहाँ पे लोगों को बताते हैं कि वहाँ पर चाइना में किस तरीके से स्टडीज़ की जा सकती हैं। एक्सपर्ट कह सकते हैं आप, एक्सपर्ट एजुकेशनिस्ट हैं और ओवर 20 इयर्स का इनका एक्सपीरियंस है, मे बी मोर देन दैट। मैं जब छोटा-सा था तो जब से उनको देख रहा हूँ और उनकी स्ट्रगल, उनकी मेहनत को देख रहा हूँ, उन्होंने जिस तरीके से हमारी जो यंग जनरेशन है, यूथ है, उनके लिए नई-नई चीज़ें, इनोवेटिव चीज़ें इन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस करवाई उस लेवल पे और छोटे से पैमाने के ऊपर जब उस बारे में कोई सोच भी नहीं सकता था। इनका ताल्लुक है कानपुर से, लेकिन कराची में भी काम कर चुके हैं। अब जो है वो चाइना में भी होते हैं एंड देन पाकिस्तान में भी आते-जाते रहते हैं। मैं बात कर रहा हूँ हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं एजुकेशनिस्ट और मेरे बहुत ही अच्छे भाई। इनसे बहुत कुछ सीखा मैं बहुत छोटा-सा था जब से मैं इन्हें जानता हूँ। मेरे साथ मौजूद होंगे मोहम्मद अकबर खान साहब हमारे साथ। अस्सलाम वालेकुम अकबर भाई, कैसे हैं आप?
वालेकुम सलाम अमर, मैं ठीक हूँ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। आप कैसे हैं?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक-ठाक अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। अकबर भाई थैंक यू सो मच वन्स अगेन कि आपने बहुत शॉर्ट नोटिस पे हमें टाइम दिया और ऑब्वियसली मैं काफ़ी अरसे से आपसे बात करना चाह रहा था आपके एक्सपीरियंस के हवाले से क्योंकि माशाल्लाह एक स्ट्रीम्ड आपका करियर है। आपने एजुकेशन के हवाले से आपकी बहुत खिदमात हैं। पाकिस्तान में, ना सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में बल्कि ये कि आप चाइना के जो कल्चर है उसको भी आप देख रहे हैं। चाइनीज़ लैंग्वेज के हवाले से भी आप काम कर रहे हैं, आप खुद पढ़ भी रहे हैं और वहाँ के लोगों को भी आप हमारे कल्चर के मुतालिक रोशनास भी करवा रहे हैं। तो इट्स अ प्लेज़र फॉर मी और क्योंकि मैं छोटा-सा था, आपको जब से मैं जानता हूँ और आपकी चीज़ों को देख रहा हूँ, आपने यहाँ कराची में भी जो है वो कोचिंग सेंटर खोला था और उस वक़्त के हवाले से बहुत ज़्यादा इनोवेटिव आइडियाज़ थे उसके अंदर। एक ही रूफ़ के अंडर जो है वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो है आपको मैसर थीं। उसमें कुकिंग क्लासेस भी होती थीं, तो कंप्यूटर क्लासेस भी होती थीं, दूसरी नॉर्मल स्टडीज़ के हवाले से भी चीज़ें होती थीं। सो अकबर भाई, थोड़ा-सा जानना ये चाहूँगा कि थोड़ा-सा ब्रीफ़ आप अपने बारे में मुतालिक बताइएगा और ये भी बताइएगा कि हाउ डिड इट स्टार्टेड?
Thank you so much, Amber. Well, I also remember those times. Actually, you know that I spent a lot of time in Karachi, and Karachi is my second home. Basically, I spent 10 years over there. I did my masters from Karachi. और जो first मेरा language center था वो मैंने with your brother I started basically with Tahir and with Yasir basically. And that was really an innovative idea at that time because उस वक्त कोई concept नहीं था। एक तो language centers थे वहाँ पर, लेकिन under one roof जो है वो बहुत सारी चीज़ों को इकट्ठा करना, that was innovative. Well, I would say as you have introduced me, I'm an educationist basically, and more than that, I'm a basically language lover. You can say me a language lover. क्योंकि मेरा तब से ही जो है like though I did my masters in genetics, but I like to work for language, and that's why I choose to be a language teacher. So my first language center was in Karachi. I started in 2001, and then as you introduced me, I belong to Rahimia Khan to Khanpur, and I came back here, and then There was a new concept here in Kanpur to start a language center and teachers training program. Back in 2002, I started working over here, and I established my own center named Language Study Center. And then, well, I had been working, in the field of education in Pakistan for more than 16 years. Once I went in China in 2007. I taught there basically for 1 year. Then I came back. I had been running my school. I had been like working with British Council. They have got a B2B, basically business to business idea. So I've been working with them on B2B and for IELTS training. I've taken lots of training from British Council, and I've been their master trainer as well. So फिर जो next है then into 2016 actually I took a switch. I thought that at that time maybe that people were not much aware that what is going to be in Pakistan, what the China is going to do in Pakistan. I'm talking specifically related to CPAC. Well, if we talk about CPAC, CPAC is basically in China, it is called One Belt, One Road, basically. And in Chinese, we say Idai Ilu. So I thought that I should go there because in future, I I felt that China will come to Pakistan. As you know, many people they knew about it. I had already relations in China. Many of my friends were working there. I already had friends in China. So I decided to move there. I just switched myself, and this time basically I decided to go there and to learn Chinese language. I would like to share that now I have passed my 7th semester, and by the end of this year, I'm going to be graduated in Chinese language as well. So that would be my second degree, in Chinese language. Yes,
Wonderful,
Amar.
wonderful, amazing journey you had. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, that you have went through different things, struggles, hardships. You have seen a lot of things, and I am being witness of such things as well. So, talking about itself, China, like you have mentioned that you have foreseen the situation that China would definitely come to Pakistan. They would have a heavy investment in Pakistan, and it would always create more opportunities for Pakistan itself. But there would always be one barrier, and it's going to be the language. Because if you talk about Middle East, if you talk about Turkey, if you talk about UK, USA, we have some sort of connection here and there because we talk English. And in Arabic, like we have the religious affiliation with the Arabic language, and also Urdu. We got some of the words from Arabic and Turkish and different other languages, right? So why did you think that we should go for the Chinese language, because it would open up another huge world of opportunities for us?
Well, that's the most relevant question, basically. Well, first of all, I would like to tell you about China's One Belt, One Road project. Well, more than 70 countries are involved in this project, and China has invested a lot of money, in those countries, including, Central Asia, including Europe, including African countries, basically. So, well, why I advocate like to learn Chinese is that basically we are known as the ambassador of One Belt, One Road. Those who are learning Chinese over there, you see that what is the importance of a language? Basically, you see that why earlier English was important for us, or why is English important to, for the world. So I would say that I just read an article a few days back, and there was a projection, you know, economy projection by IMF and World Bank, and they showed that in 2024, China would be the first economy in the world. So you see that languages, and you know that I have been working with British Council, and one of British counselor, he said that languages basically go with the nations, the emerging nations. If a nation emerges, if its economy goes up, the language also goes up. You're aware of the history that in history there was Spanish, there was many other languages, but why the English language took an importance? That was because of the British rule. British went all over the world, and that was the biggest reason that English became most popular language. So is the Chinese now. Why I say that everybody should learn Chinese is that Chinese companies wants to come here in Pakistan. China wants to invest in Pakistan. China now wants to shift their industry to Pakistan, and you know that in this regard, Pakistani government has already taken initiatives, and they have made many different free zones, and Chinese industry will shift over here. But unfortunately, being a nation, we are not prepared for that. Why? Because if we want to work for the Chinese company, we have to learn Chinese language. If we want to get into the Chinese society, we need to know the Chinese culture. So that was the basic motivation, that took me to China, because I wanted to work for my country, and I wanted to learn the Chinese culture in China, and I wanted to learn, Chinese language, so that uh, when Chinese will come to my country, I'll be their host here, in Pakistan. I'll facilitate them. I'll help them to establish their businesses. I'll help them to establish, their institute, their language institutes there, because the Chinese also need educational institute. So as you said in your intro, I have voluntarily worked over there, in many different Chinese schools, and I have, uh, been the trainer, for Chinese teachers, as I've been working with British Council. So English basically is their need. Still, they focus on English. Chinese, though, board is focusing on Chinese, but Chinese are also focusing on other languages. Even, can you believe me that like Urdu is being taught in Chinese universities now? Why? Because they know that they'll move to Pakistan. So Chinese students are also learning Urdu, and they're getting prepared themselves to move to go to next country. And that as I told you that that's the biggest project. This is not CPAC. It's just we have got a geographical importance, because this road links rest of the world to Pakistan, and so that's why we have got much importance in this one belt one road project. Pakistan has got much importance, and we have got very close relations with China as well. So our friendship and our strategic partnership has been very long, and that very stable. So that's the reason we need to learn Chinese. Uh, well, another thing I would like to advocate is that we should learn, the skilled programs. Basically, Chinese need skilled workers. Many people asks me that, like, would it be the second East India Company when China will come over here? So I tell them that if we are not prepared, we if we're not prepared, we might be afraid of. But if we get ourselves prepared, then we don't need to be afraid of anything. At that time, the same situation was there, that people were not able to talk the language, they were not able to talk English. And right now we are not taking initiative to learn Chinese. So if we are not able to learn Chinese, then definitely they will hire people from China. But if they will have people from Pakistan who are able to talk in Chinese, who are able to communicate with them, who are able to facilitate them, then definitely they will engage the local people.
All right. Thanks a lot, Gurbai, for giving us, so much insights about the CPAC initiative and also the Chinese language, like how they are working with it and how they are planning. And being a nation, we are not planned for that, but still, nothing has. It, the damage has not been done yet. We can still, do things which can, benefit us. So, talking about the studies specifically, like many of the students here in Pakistan, like they want to go to abroad for the studies. Like they would, consider USA, maybe Australia or Canada, or maybe even Singapore for their graduation or maybe post graduation studies from abroad, right? So, do you think that China could be another destination for them?
Well, right now, I think that for Pakistani students, China should be the first destination. There are two reasons, basically. You know that the university I'm studying in, it has got more than 150 programs in different, departments. They are focusing basically on the minors. They are not just talking about biology. They are going to, if they want to do botany, in botany, they're further dividing and they're going in detailed programs, basically. They're doing, their master's and PhD levels. They offer many different opportunities and programs. And why I'm saying that China should be the first destination, because we have to learn Chinese. And if we want to learn Chinese, we have to go to China to do our PhD and to do research work. You would be wondered that China is the country who invests, a lot of money in research and development. In recent years, they have invested a lot of money, and that is the reason that they have established their 5G program before other nations like Huawei, that they have established it. They are, investing a lot of money in artificial intelligence. That's going to be the next biggest business, in the world. Artificial intelligence, basically, they're investing a lot of money over there as well. Pakistani students are given privilege. Pakistani students are given, scholarships in China. Pakistani students are given, honor in Chinese universities, and they're given preference because China wants that Pakistani students should come there, so they can be the ambassador of their, One Belt, One Road project. So I would say that Pakistani students should go there if they consider that like Singapore or the Malaysia, Canada, UK is their destination. I would say that China should be considered one of the I would say that the first destination. Why? Because when you go there, you also learn Chinese, and learning Chinese, people over here, like in Pakistan, people can talk, many of them, they can talk English, but they're not able to talk Chinese. So that's the reason that, like, if we want to see our future, uh, I would say that, like, our future is connected with China now, and as China is going to be the biggest economy of the world in the future, so the Chinese companies are coming now. If you just see the product in the market, so if you see the next plans of the government, what I have observed them closely, uh, all the programs are related to Chinese companies. And if you now see the products in our market, all the products are made in China, basically. So I would say that if you're in Pakistan, if you get an opportunity to learn Chinese, you should. Why? Because when, as you say that, yes, the damage has not been yet done. We still have time. We still need to get our nation aware, and they can learn the language. It's a language, basically. So if they have a chance, I know that some institutes are there in Karachi, in Islamabad, in Lahore. So if they've got a chance to learn a language over here, uh, not bad. But if they get a chance to go there and and go to China and do a degree over there, a master degree or a PhD degree, that would be really great.
Okay, so talking about the studies, you have mentioned that we should consider China as our first destination for the graduation or post graduation studies, maybe, and that they are heavily investing in the field of education, right? So, what's going to be the visa procedure? Like, would there be the visa procedure would be really easy, comparing to the other countries, or would there be any chances for having good scholarship programs for these students? And also the follow-up question would be like, if they are giving us the visa, like us as in the students of Pakistan, so are they allowing the students to work there as a part-time so that they can help themselves for their studies too?
Well, I would say that, the study visa in other countries might be difficult one, but the easiest one in China is the study visa. They prefer students to come in. You might get difficulties in tourist visa. You might get difficulties, in business visas, but you never get any difficulty in Chinese visa if you want to go there for studies, basically. So, as far as the Chinese scholarships are concerned, there are certain companies who are like working for that, and students can apply by themselves as well. Like they have got a chance if they know basically their basic. If I tell you that they have basics, their basic year starts from September, but most of the universities they have like their application system that goes, in October or in November, December. Different universities have their different schedule basically. So that's why I would suggest that there are many different websites which are like given by the Chinese universities, and people can apply by themselves as well. If they have got good credentials, then definitely they'll get a good scholarship over there. Studies are free, and even Chinese government pay them a handsome amount over there. So different universities have got different scholarship. Well, I can help them to find different universities. That we have been there. We have got a company registered in China which helps students to get their admissions in Chinese universities. There are two types of programs basically. At graduation levels, they are like uh, self-taught, like finance programs. But at masters and at PhD levels, 90% are like they are scholarship-based programs. So if any Pakistani wants to go there for master's degree or for PhD, and if they have got a good idea, good plan, they definitely can go there, and they can easily get a scholarship. I would say that like Chinese universities have got many different types of scholarships. The most popular one is called CSC scholarship, uh, that is offered by the universities by government, and then there are some university scholarships. Then there are some local government scholarships. So there are many different categories of scholarships which Pakistani students can avail over there, and they can learn on many of the websites are in English. I mean that there are options. If they're in Chinese, there are options that you can turn them into English, and then you can see the information over there. And then you can see that which scholarships are available, what is the criteria. One thing I would like to mention here, that in China, the minimum percentage is basically 60%. Like their passing marks are 60%. Less than that, like is not acceptable over there. So, and I would like to like take this opportunity to talk about the Chinese education system. Like over there, like I'm doing my right now. I'm doing my graduation in Chinese, business Chinese, basically. So the criteria over there is that like you are divided. in semesters, like it's a 4 years degree programs for bachelor's. So in one semester, 70% marks are like given to the exams, and 30% marks are given to your attendance, your class performance, and your tests over there. And you have to pass both of them. You have to pass, your attendance must be above 75% in university, and your test should be above 75%. Your activities, everything counts over there. It's not just the exams, but the class activities and all other things are involved. And taking this opportunity, I would like to talk about the education system over there, what I have observed, which is basically totally different from Pakistan. If I talk about at lower level, at kindergarten level, would you believe that their school starts at 8 and they finish at 5 in the evening? So the whole day, 3 years old, 4 years old children, they stay at the school. So from
After
there,
listening to this, most
they
of the Pakistani students, they won't be, they won't like it to be in the China.
well, see that depends on the nations. Every nation, they just have their target, what they want to achieve, and that's what they achieve. You see that their starting marks are 60%, and their target is always 100%. They always want 100%, and that's the reason that they struggle for that. So unfortunately, if we get 60% marks over here, we are more than happier than that we have got first division over here. And then our parents are proud that, oh, our son or daughter, like they have got, a first division. So it's more than enough for us. So if we have just put our target 60%, then definitely that would be like that. But would you believe that when I was here, I was just like this. Even being a trainer, basically, you see that because if you live in a nation, you always adopt, wherever you're living. But since I moved there, my target, I also, see now 100%. And uh, I'm proud to say that my marks are always in 80s and in 90s. And I have scored like 97, 96, which was never in Pakistan, basically. I was like a student who could achieve in mark in 80s, basically. I have never achieved, in 90s being in Pakistan, but I achieved being in China. Because when you go there, with me, there were many different students from all over the world, and I would like to talk about other people like Koreans, like the Japanese. Can you believe that if they lose 1 mark, they're not happy? They always say, "Oh, we lost 1 mark. Why we didn't get 100 marks over there?" And that's the nations. This is the way people. This is the way the nations go ahead, and this is the way basically uh, they progress. If you want to know the key that why Chinese are progressing, so that's the key. Their target, that what target they set, they achieve it basically. And if you set a target that you have to get 100% marks, if you set a target that you have to achieve 100% goal, then you do it basically. So this is our target setting strategy basically, that what target do we set. And when you move to as the saying says that when you're in Rome, do as Romans do. So that's the reason that when you go there, when you're in China, you automatically uh, 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 become like Chinese, because basically when you are over there, you don't think less than 100%. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the culture itself. Akbar bhai, as you mentioned that we need to learn the Chinese language as well, and so can you explain like are the Chinese people really welcoming for the other the nations, other races? Are they flexible with other religions? Maybe because we heard some sort of conspiracy theories here and there that they are very not so much friendly about the religion and stuff like that. So have you experienced anything like that since you have been in China for so long now? So can you explain about this part of the culture specifically?
All right. So first of all, I would like to tell you that I live in Xi'an. Xi'an basically is a historical city of China, which has been, capital in old dynasties, like when there was kingdom system over there. So that was the capital of capital city of the kingdom. And over there, there is Muslim community as well. Their main district is like over there, Muslim community lives. That's called Muslim Quarter or Muslim Street, basically. All of them over there are Muslims. Well, for China, actually, you see that uh, Chinese say that they don't like target you. Like if I'm Muslim, I'm free to go to mosque to offer my prayers, whatever I want to do. But by law in China, preaching is not allowed. Preaching of any religion is not allowed because Chinese believe in their own culture, and you know that they have got a rich culture that goes back to 5,000 years ago. And um, there are Muslim Chinese as well. I haven't seen any kind of discrimination over there, like being in Xi'an, being in China, that people are treated differently. No, I haven't seen these kind of things over there. People are free, but definitely, like by the law, they cannot preach over there. It's not for Muslims, it's for Christians of any religion. They are not allowed to preach in China, so they are strict with their laws, and they don't allow it. And being a responsible citizen, definitely, which is not allowed in law. You should not do that. You should not practice that. So we follow the Chinese law, and we have never been, I mean, that in any kind of trouble, or we haven't felt anything awkward. Like we are Muslims, we are offer prayer. We go to mosques over there, and everything over there, like and if you want to slaughter your animal on Eid, you can do that. I mean that they're available over there, and you have facility to do there as well. So that's a stereotype basically. Like Chinese have their own culture, definitely, that's different from us. And one thing I would like to mention, since we are not aware of the language, so we are not much aware of the culture as well. Because the culture, if you know the language, then definitely you can come across the people, and you can know about the people. So since we don't have any interaction with the Chinese people, so I would say that that's the area where we lack or communication. We don't have, like it is always said that our friendship is like higher than mountains and deeper than seas. But unfortunately, people to people contact is very less. And I would say that the reason for that is that the language barrier, because Chinese, they love that if you can talk in Chinese. Uh, Early, you know that if you see China, they started progressing in 80s basically. Before that, they were just like they used to live within China, but they progressed, and the world has witnessed that how they progressed basically. So now definitely, as I told you, that even they're focusing on Urdu, because they're preparing that they'll go to Pakistan to establish their companies, to establish their businesses. The Pakistani government, that is going to uh, have some MOUs related to our agriculture sector. Uh, One of the things they have done is that their agriculture sector is very advanced over there, and Pakistani government is seeking for to boost up our agriculture sector, because we have got land over here, but we are not getting the yield as the Chinese, people are getting over there. And that is the sector, I would say that if people want to go to China, they should focus on, because next, maybe the many big corporate sector will come over here related to our agriculture sector. We are basically agriculture country, but unfortunately, we are. I'm here in district Rahimia Khan. We have got lands over here, but we're not getting the yield as the Chinese are getting, because we are still using the traditional, conventional methods for agriculture. But China has got, the most modern techniques in agriculture. And that's the reason that they are getting the highest yield. Even in, I could say that in Asia, maybe that uh, America or Australia are getting high yields, New Zealand, because they're also using the most advanced technologies. But in Asia, I would say that China is getting the highest yields.
Okay, so let's talk about it in particular to the business opportunities in China. Of course, China is doing business all around the world. They are producing different things. They are exporting, be it sports, be it technology, be it any other stuff. You just name it. So, do you think there would be any goods, maybe, or anything special from Pakistan that would be loved in China, and we can have some sort of business opportunity for those specific things in China if we are, breaching that barrier of the language.
Well, see that since this government came, this government wants to promote. Basically, they have just got permission from Chinese government, and earlier we were not allowed, but now we are allowed to send our things, in Chinese markets. And you know that if you just go around the market, you'll see that everything is made in China. So or all export, I would say that maybe 70% export or import is from China. Everything is made in China. So yeah, we have got lots of opportunities. If you're an importer, definitely, you have got lots of opportunities that you can import things over there. And now we have got even the opportunities to export our things to China. Uh, Many of the we have got uh, that would be, I would say that will be possible that when we will get innovation in our agriculture sector, then we'll be able to, because we have got fertile lands. China, the land is not like flat. They have got mountainous areas over there, and even there they get the highest yields. We have got fertile lands. We have got, uh, the best irrigation system. The only thing we need to modify, we need to modernize, is that we have to bring the technology, and then there is a lot of scope. We can export over agriculture products which are much needed, in China. And we have like cotton. We are cotton producing countries, and we can produce, on the clothes, and hosiery and all these kind of things, uh, they'll take from us basically. But right now, that earlier we were basically an importer country. We feel, you know uh, that was what we say, that it was easy for us to go in any country and just get it. We don't struggle, and even our all industry shifted to Bangladesh, to Sri Lanka, to other countries, to Vietnam, and that's the reason that uh, earlier, in 60s we were progressing, but unfortunately, in the area of 80s and 90s, we just lost many things. I witnessed in Karachi in 90s, most of the industry shifted to Bangladesh, to Sri Lanka, many other countries basically. So at that time, we used to export lots of things from Pakistan. But when we entered in the 21st century, we became an importer country, basically, that we import everything from other countries, and that was the reason that our current account deficit and all these kind of things, like we were facing all these kind of things, basically. So there are lots of business opportunities now. I mean that both for importers as well as for exporters, and now the government is also like giving opportunity for the business. They are doing it easier for the people so that they can have more and more opportunities. I think that the young generation, they should have some innovative ideas, and they can work with Chinese company, or they can bring. Most of my friends basically, like, they brought Chinese companies here in Pakistan, and they are uh, they are assembling cars over here now. They are definitely like doing many other, like, automobile. You know that uh, next what we are going to do, like, I would like to say that in China they use uh, they are moving through green energy, basically, and uh, over there all the motorbikes are on electric bikes. Now they have the public transport on electricity, electric buses, and now they have shifted their public transport, like taxis, also on electricity. And that's what is the next sector which can flourish here in Pakistan. So,
Okay,
so
so
in I say that, yeah,
yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah, I would say that, like, for us, basically, what we can do is that our young generation, they can just see that what opportunities can we bring from China, and Chinese companies are ready to move to Pakistan, and they are looking for their counterparts, their partners here in Pakistan as well, because one barrier which I told you that, like, they have got is the language barrier. That uh, one opportunity which Pakistani students or Pakistani businessmen can have, like, if they learn Chinese, then definitely they'll avail a chance to work with Chinese companies, and they can establish their own businesses as well.
Okay, all right. So अकबर भाई, थैंक्स अ लॉट कि आपने मुझे जो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा in detail you were giving the insights about everything related to China business and the culture and the studies, like how the students should get into the studies if they want to pursue it, their studies in China. All right, so there are few comments as well. Let me bring in as well. कुछ लोग जो है वो देख भी रहे हैं. इस वक्त काफी देर पहले कमेंट किए थे उन्होंने. इरम अकरम ने ज्वाइन किया था हमें. थैंक यू सो मच इरम. इसके अलावा साकिब शेख ने ज्वाइन किया था. निधि ने ज्वाइन किया. निधि, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट. इफ़त फहाद ने सलाम किया. इसके अलावा जी तमामा राशिद कहती हैं कि informative talk. Either China is still giving the scholarships or visa in COVID. So visa के हवाले से अगर बात की जाए अगर भाई, so तो क्या कोविड के हवाले से क्या सिचुएशन अभी ऑन होल्ड है, नहीं मिल रहे हैं वीजा, या फिर दे आर अलाउइंग पीपल टू ट्रैवल टू चाइना?
जी, दैट्स ट्रू। कोविड की वजह से एक्चुअली, लाइक, मैं यहाँ पर जब आया हूँ, बेसिकली मैंने ये वाला सेमेस्टर ऑनलाइन लिया यहाँ पर, और वीज़ा होल्ड किए हुए हैं उन्होंने। कोविड की वजह से जो है वो वीज़ाज में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, बिकॉज दे वांट टू कंट्रोल इट, क्योंकि थोड़े से प्रॉब्लम्स ये हुए हैं कि उन्होंने लोकली तो कंट्रोल कर लिया था, बट जो फॉरेनर्स मूव किए हैं वहाँ पर, तो उसकी वजह से जो है वो उनको प्रॉब्लम हुआ है। तो इस वजह से थोड़ा सा उन्होंने होल्ड किया हुआ है। चाइनीज एम्बेसी इस वक्त जो है वो वीज़ाज पर काम नहीं कर रही है, नहीं दे रही है, बेसिकली। कोविड की वजह से दैट पूरी दुनिया मुतासर हुई है इस वक्त, और पूरी दुनिया बंद है। लाइक, इवन पाकिस्तान भी जो है वो किसी को वीज़ा जो वो इशू नहीं कर रहा है फॉरेनर्स को। तो ये पॉलिसी ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड जो है वो सेम है एक्चुअली। एवरीबडी इज फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट कोविड 19, बट होपफुली इंशाल्लाह once like this pandemic overs, then there won't be any problem. They'll be back on routine. That's true. इस वक्त जो है वो चाइनीज एम्बेसी वीज़ा नहीं दे रही है और होल्ड किया हुआ उन्होंने, लाइक उन्होंने बॉर्डर्स क्लोज किए हुए हैं, किसी के लिए भी नहीं खोले हुए, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी, इवन बिजनेसमैन के लिए भी बहुत लिमिटेड जो है वो उन्होंने लाइक इस वक्त जो है वो जो जा रहे हैं लोग चाइना में. So
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
that's true. That's a fact that इस वक्त जो है वो चाइनीज एम्बेसी ने वीजा जो है वो होल्ड किए हुए हैं.
Okay, so you were mentioning the other day that your son is also working with a publishing company in China, जो कि English digital books के ऊपर specifically काम करते हैं Chinese children के साथ. तो so how this experience for him, like वो आपके साथ ही वहाँ गए थे या फिर बाद में उनको opportunity मिली, थोड़ा सा उस मुतालिक भी थोड़ा सा बताइए please.
Yes, well, my son is basically like 9 years old now, and he's been working for Chinese. Actually, over there, like there's a company which was working for publishing books, and they publish, English books for Chinese students. So he's been performing over there in their videos. They have got a book, and then they produce DVDs. So he has worked in that. That still he has got a contract. When we'll be back, he'll work over there in that company. Basically. Yeah, he's got an opportunity to work with other children who are from USA, from Canada, from UK. So he has done a wonderful job basically. Till last day he's been working, and now he's back in Pakistan, and he has got his own YouTube channel. He works. He makes his own videos and works on that as well.
ओके, ऑलराइट. अच्छा अकबर भाई, आपकी वीडियो जो है वो थोड़ी-सी स्ट्रक हुई हुई है. देयर माइट बी सम टेक्निकल इश्यू गोइंग ऑन, लेकिन आपकी आवाज़ बिल्कुल सही आ रही है, इस वजह से मैंने आपको इंटरप्ट नहीं किया है. सो इन द मीन टाइम अगर हमारे जो व्यूअर्स हैं वो अगर कोई सवाल अगर करना चाहें, उनके ज़हन में कोई ऐसी चीज़ हो या फिर वो अगर पढ़ने के लिए जाना चाह रहे हैं और अगर कंसल्टेशन वगैरह चाहते हैं चाइना के हवाले से, सिंस अकबर भाई हैज़ ऑलरेडी बीन देयर, वो वहाँ पे पढ़ भी चुके हैं, पढ़ रहे हैं इनफैक्ट, और उन काफ़ी अरसे से जो है वो चाइना से उनके मामलात हैं. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट एवरीवन कि अगर किसी को भी कंसल्टेशन के हवाले से अगर कोई बात करनी है तो डेफिनेटली वो अकबर भाई से राब्ता कर सकते हैं. अकबर भाई, अगर आप किस तरीके से रीच आउट किया जाए, अगर आप थोड़ा-सा बता सकें?
डेफिनेटली आपके प्रोग्राम के तवज्जुह से कंसल्टेशन इज फ्री फॉर ऑल ऑफ योर व्यूअर्स. जो भी लाइक आई वोंट चार्ज देम एनी कंसल्टेंसी फी. I will help them to approach to Chinese universities and to get admission over there. Right now, I'm just thinking for Pakistan, not for myself. Basically, I'm not looking at what I can earn. I'm looking at what Pakistan can get. So I would suggest that as many people can go to China and get this opportunity, they should go there so that they learn over there, they come back, and then they serve Pakistan, because we want to rise our country, Pakistan. So language is the way that can help us to rise our country, because if next China is providing us opportunity, then definitely we should avail that. And with respect to your program, I offer my my services free for all of your viewers. I won't charge any money. Whatever they want to ask me, they can contact me. I will provide them the links. I will guide them how to apply, when to apply, and what are the requirements, what documents, whatever is needed over there. I will let them know everything.
दिस इज़ सो नाइस ऑफ यू अकबर भाई. आपने कंसल्टेशन मेरे तमाम व्यूअर्स के लिए फ्री कर दी है. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट. एंड तमाम तर व्यूअर्स को मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा कि आप अकबर भाई से रब्ता कर सकते हैं. बिल्कुल मेरी कोशिश होगी कि इनकी जो कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स हैं वो भी मैं शेयर कर दूँ अपने पेज पे, सो दैट कि अगर आपको कंसल्टेशन रिक्वायर्ड है तो आप उनसे डायरेक्टली कॉन्टैक्ट करें. बस आप मेंशन ज़रूर कर दीजिएगा कि आप अहमर जलील लाइव के प्रोग्राम में आपने इनको सुना था, क्योंकि फिर आपकी कंसल्टेशन फ़ीस वगैरह जो है वो फिर वो फ्री ऑफ चार्ज होगा. काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंसाइटफुल डिस्कशन हुई आज अकबर भाई आपसे, और चाइना के हवाले से, स्टडीज़ के हवाले से आपने लैंग्वेज से मुतालिक भी बात की, और ऑब्वियसली हमें थोड़ा-सा काम करने की ज़रूरत है। अगर हम थोड़ा लैंग्वेज के ऊपर काम कर लेंगे ऑफ कोर्स, तो हमारे सामने एक अलग दुनिया जो है वो खुल जाएगी अपॉर्च्युनिटीज़ की। अकबर भाई, थैंक यू सो मच वन्स अगेन। थोड़ा-सा बताइएगा कि शो में आज कैसा लगा, और कुछ अगर पैगाम देना चाहें सबको, द माइक इज़ ऑल योर्स।
Oh, thank you so much, Amber. You gave me this opportunity to talk, with your viewers, to talk with the people of Karachi, with the people of Pakistan, basically. That was like, as I told you, that Karachi is my second home, and I always miss Karachi. I always wish to come back to Karachi and to spend some time over there. And I would say that you're doing a wonderful job as you have started this, and like that's basically like people like you have been following you, and you're working, you're doing some charity work, and you always see that the needy people, and you find them, and then you appeal to the people who can donate them. That's wonderful. That's, I love it. Basically, that's the positivity you see that our young generation has got, which was missing earlier. And with this spirit, I can see a bright future of Pakistan and a bright future of our young generation. And by this, I mean that all of us all together from different part of our Pakistan, together we can rise up our country. And I have seen that you take people from different part of Pakistan, and that's a wonderful program. You do it, and like all of the things you're doing for the community, for the people of Karachi, for the people of Pakistan, basically. So these free services, basically, uh, we don't expect anything from people, but definitely that's a good service for your country. And I think that Allah Almighty will reward you for these services, and for these all the things you do for the needy people, for for your like charity work, all these kind of things. So I really appreciate you, Amber, and I remember like I'm really proud of you. Basically, that I have seen you when you were might be in 3 or 4 class, but since you became professional, so really I'm proud of you, and I'm always very happy. Even when I was in China, I used to see you on Facebook, and I see that your programs and all these kind of things. So that was really wonderful, and that's the thing. That's the spirit I always wanted to see in young generation. That's the spirit. I have always been advocating. That's the change we want to see in Pakistan, and this is a good thing. Actually, you see that one person takes the steps and the others joins. Though, so the starting something is really very difficult, and then people can see you, and if you become a role model for others, that's the good thing. And I think that you are the role model, and people follow you, and they have others following you, and they join you. So this the work you are doing is really wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Akbar bhai. It's really kind of you that आप जो है वो इतनी ज़्यादा चीज़ें बता रहे हैं मेरे मुताबिक। ऑफ कोर्स एक कोशिश है, काविश है कि लोगों तक बस मेरी तरफ से कि हम थोड़ा पॉजिटिविटी क्रिएट करें। नेगेटिविटी तो ऑफ कोर्स बहुत ज़्यादा है, वैसे ही हमारे माशरे में है, और स्पेशली सोशल मीडिया पर कि आए दिन जो है वो नेगेटिव चीज़ें बहुत ज़्यादा आ रही होती हैं। तो मेरी कोशिश यही है कि हम कुछ पॉजिटिव चीज़ें लोगों को दे सकें, ताकि उस मुताबिक वो सोचें, अपनी चीज़ों को बेहतर कर सकें, और हम एक अच्छे नेशन के तौर पे उभर के सामने आएँ, जो कि हम हैं एक्चुअली। लेकिन कुछ चीज़ों की, कुछ वजूहात की बिना पर हमारा थोड़ा-सा वो जो रोल है वो थोड़ा-सा कहीं खो गया था। सो आप जैसे लोग जो कि ऑब्वियसली काम कर रहे हैं, जो फील्ड एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, जो कि अपनी कंट्री को सर्व कर रहे हैं, तो मेरी कोशिश यही है कि उन तमाम लोगों तक मेरी रसाई हो, اور وہ میرے پلیٹ فارم پہ آئیں تاکہ ان کی جو بھی کوششیں ہیں کاوشیں ہیں وہ دنیا تک کے سامنے آئیں اور وہ انسپائر ہو سکیں لوگ اور لوگوں کے سوچنے کا زاویہ جو ہے وہ تبدیل ہو سکے تاکہ وہ نہ صرف یہ کہ پاکستان کی خدمت کر سکیں بلکہ انسانیت کی بھی خدمت کر سکیں. تھینک یو سو مچ اکبر بھائی ونس اگین. اپنا بہت خیال رکھیے, دعا میں یاد رکھیے, اور اسی طریقے سے جو ہے وہ سب کی آپ جو ہیلپ کر رہے ہیں, جو کنسلٹیشن دے رہے ہیں, گائیڈ کر رہے ہیں لوگوں کو, وہ کرتے رہیے.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ahmer, and take care.
ٹیک کیئر, تھینک یو. اور یہ تھے ہمارے ساتھ محمد اکبر خان, جو کہ جنہوں نے ایٹ لینتھ جو ہے وہ تمام تر چیزوں پہ ڈسکشن کیا. چائنا کی حوالے سے وہاں پہ جو اسٹڈیز کی ہمارے پاس اپارچونیٹیز ہیں اس حوالے سے انہوں نے ڈسکشن کی. ساتھ ساتھ انہوں نے بتایا کہ کس قسم کی بزنس اپارچونیٹیز ہو سکتی ہیں اور چائنا کا کلچر کیا ہے. اور آپ اگر چائنا جا کے پڑھنا چاہتے ہیں, یونیورسٹیز کے حوالے سے معلومات چاہیے آپ کو, کس طریقے سے اپلائی کرنا ہے, ویزا کس طریقے سے لگے گا, اسکالرشپ کس طریقے سے ملیں گی, ان تمام تر چیزوں کے حوالے سے جو ہے وہ آپ رابطہ کر سکتے ہیں اکبر خان صاحب سے. اور آپ کیونکہ اس پروگرام کے توسط سے جائیں گے تو وہ فری کنسلٹیشن بھی دیں گے آپ کو. سو آج کا پروگرام کیسا لگا, اپنا فیڈ بیک ضرور دیجیے گا. جن جن لوگوں نے جوائن کیا, جن کا نام میں لے سکا, تو ان کا بھی تھینک یو, اور جن کا نام میں نہیں لے سکا جنہوں نے جوائن کیا, ان کا بھی تھینک یو سو مچ. اپنا بہت زیادہ خیال رکھیے گا, دعا میں یاد رکھیے گا. مجھے فالو کر سکتے ہیں ٹویٹر پہ twitter.com/احمر جلیل پر. اس کے علاوہ یوٹیوب پر آپ میرے چینل کو سبسکرائب کیجیے youtube.com/احمر جلیل. فیس بک پہ facebook.com/احمر جلیل آفیشیل پر آپ مجھے لائک کر سکتے ہیں میرے پیج کو, تاکہ آپ تمام تر چیزوں سے اپڈیٹ رہیں. اور انسٹاگرام پر بھی آپ مجھے جوائن کر سکتے ہیں instagram.com/احمر جلیل پر. ٹائمز آف کراچی کے تمام تر لوگوں کو, جن جن لوگوں نے مجھے جوائن کیا, ان تمام لوگوں کا بہت بہت شکریہ. انشاءاللہ کوشش ہوگی کہ اگلے پروگرام میں ایک اور اچھے گیسٹ کے ساتھ آپ سے ملاقات ہو, ان سے اچھی اچھی باتیں کریں, تاکہ آپ کو نہ صرف انفارمیشن مل سکے بلکہ آپ انسپائر بھی ہو سکیں ان سے, تاکہ آپ میں موٹیویشن کا فیکٹر شامل ہو اور آپ بھی اپنی ملک قوم کی اسی طریقے سے خدمت کریں. دس از احمر جلیل سائننگ آف فرام احمر جلیل لائف. اپنا بہت خیال رکھیے. پاکستان پائندہ باد.